the honor to hello everybody and welcome to the Facebook live training webinar for SendOutCards. This is kind of a weekly webinar we do for each of the service streams that Greener Steel offers, and SendOutCards is the premier service. It's what everything is built around at Greener Steel. If it wasn't for SendOutCards, there would be no Greener Steel. SendOutCards is the hub. SendOutCards is the foundation of everything else that we offer at Greener Steel. SendOutCards is the premier service in the world today to help people act on their promptings. And there's nobody better in the world that acts on his promptings on a regular basis than Sean Barklow. So Sean, welcome to the webinar. Appreciate you being with us. In fact, this is your webinar. You're basically going to be doing the training today. And it's just an honor for me to be able to introduce you. You know, Sean is, he earned our promptings award at our last convention. He earned that because he sent more heartfelt promptings cards than anybody in our entire ecosystem. So it's incredible. And then when you see some of the examples of the types of heartfelt cards that Sean sends, it's pretty amazing. It's inspiring. Sean is serving this year as the brand advisor for SendOutCards. We have a brand advisor for all of our product streams, and Sean Barklow is the brand advisor for SendOutCards, does a phenomenal job with it. He's also a Star 4 affiliate with Greener Steel. So this guy knows his stuff. He knows what he's doing. There's nobody better to do this training than Sean Barklow. So Sean, I'm going to kind of have you take it away and share some things. A lot of stuff that's coming up. We got Mother's Day coming this Sunday. We got Father's Day coming, you know, a few weeks after that. So there's a lot of great card sending opportunities, particularly right now. So this is perfect timing for people to be able to tune in and kind of get a glimpse of SendOutCards from your mind and how to use it, examples of it, success stories, differences that you've made, those kinds of things. Before you do that, I would like to start this just by sharing the why behind starting SendOutCards. You know, we started this company over 18 years ago, and we did it as a way to help people act on their promptings. And, you know, that started with a story that took place in my life back in 1989. I received a job offer to move from Utah back to New York City to work for an ad agency. I was newly married at the time, had a little baby girl, Whitney, and we accepted the offer to move all the way across the country. And we packed all our belongings in a U-Haul truck, and we went over to my mom and dad's house to say goodbye to our family. And we did that. And as we left, I went to get in the car, and Jody, my wife, got in the passenger side, and we put little baby Whitney in her car seat. And when I went to leave, I noticed that in a lot adjacent to my parents' home, my older brother, Chris, was moving some vehicles around in this yard. And at that moment, I had a prompting. For those of you, that's a new word to you. A prompting is really, it's an intuitive thought that comes to your mind that you need to act and reach out in kindness to somebody. And I had a prompting at that moment that I needed to slow down, stop what I was doing, go over to my brother, give him a hug, tell him I love him, and say goodbye. And I ignored that prompting. I remember we were in a hurry. People were waiting on us. I remember getting in a car and driving away. And I remember honking and waving at my brother, Chris, and he waved back at us. And we drove off, and we moved all the way across the country and got moved into our new place and started our new life. And everything was going well for a couple of months until the phone rang about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. My mother was on the phone, and she tearfully let me know that my brother Chris had just been killed in an accident, an industrial accident. He was electrocuted on the job. I was devastated when I got this news. When I received the news, the only thing I could think of was I ignored the prompting. I ignored a prompting to say bye to my brother Chris, and I'd never have the chance to do it again. So that night, when I got that news, I made a promise to my brother Chris. I said, Chris, I'm sorry, brother. I promise you that when I receive a prompting to act out in kindness, I will act. And I'll try to do all I can to help as many people as I can in my life to do the same thing. And that's where it all started. That became my why. It became my why for everything, is to learn the importance of promptings, the importance of acting on promptings. So everything from that day forward became about me figuring out ways that I could better act on my promptings and help others do the same. And years went by and we developed a lot of things, but it turned into what you see today and the service called SendOutCards. It's a way for you to act on those promptings when they come. And we've taught that philosophy for years and years and years. In fact, a lot of people know us as a relationship marketing service. A lot of people use SendOutCards as a relationship marketing service, a way to follow up with clients and customers. But even in teaching people the essence of relationship marketing and how to use our service for relationship marketing, the core to genuine relationship marketing is acting on promptings. It's actually reaching out with heartfelt promptings cards to your customers, to your prospects, to people that you associate with in your personal life and in your business. And the better you are at sending heartfelt, genuine, heartfelt connection type messages to people, the better you become at creating genuine relationships in your business. It's not an easy sell, because a lot of people use SendOutCards and they just want an automated system. They want, push a button and let it, magically send cards to everybody. Well, we have ways to do those things. But if you couple the automation way with the promptings card, if you do both, you can become a master at relationship marketing as well as master at creating relationships. It's been a 20-year journey. We're about 170 million cards into it, over 12 million gifts sent all around the world, and we're just getting started. So having that been said, I'm going to kind of just turn this over to our brand advisor, Mr. Sean Barkler. There's nobody better that can teach you the importance and how to use SendOutCards than Sean. So Sean, take it away.
Thank you, Cody. Yeah, your story, which I heard, I've been in SendOutCards a few years, and like most of what you're talking about, like most of us, I think, that get involved with it, it was a way for me to stay in touch with my clients when I was doing mortgages, and sending the once a month card to everybody that, my clients, my friends, my family, my sphere of influence. I included them all. But when I transitioned, and when it all occurred about the same time. I was driving to a closing, and I was more excited about the card I was going to make for this couple that was buying a house, and I was the closing. And at about the same time, we were able to make our own cards with pictures. We called them Picture Plus cards back then. And the response I got when you tied a picture into what that person liked, or you took a picture with them, the response was phenomenal. And that was kind of my transition in, because I didn't do a lot of individual cards in the beginning. It was all group sends. So I think if I leave you with nothing else, then if you haven't transitioned to that point yet, you need to. And that's really what you need to get your customers to understand. And business owners, like Cody spoke, it's, when you do prompting cards a business does prompting cards to their customers, that deepens that relationship better than anything. And like you said, we have Mother's Day coming up. You could have, and you can even today, reach out to people that you work with. Hey, get their address if you don't have them. I got a great picture of you and your mom. Post something on Facebook. What I'll do is this Sunday, I'll stalk Facebook and I'll see Mother's Day posts all day long with pictures of people, of them and their mom, and I'll send cards from that. And I'll do flat cards, just with the picture on the front and Happy Mother's Day on the back, 2021. I don't get caught up in that it's gonna reach them after Mother's Day, because it's still the thought and they're still gonna cherish that card that you sent them. Father's Day is coming up then in June, so you can do the same thing. You can reach out, have a business reach out. Got a great picture of you and your dad. You're a dad. You got to get a picture of you and your kids. and then, just do flat cards. It's easy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through, do a couple cards. I'll walk you through a flat card that I'm a Facebook stalker, like I told you. And let me share my screen. Let me pull SendOutCards up. So I saw this picture on Facebook, and if you're not doing this as well, this is become a Facebook stalker, and the people don't be creepy about it. And I've not gotten any negative feedback on anything that I've sent with other people's pictures. So I'm in the card catalog. I'm going to do a flat card to Libby, who is the president of the Chamber of Commerce, where I used to live in Columbus. So I like the photo drop card with the magic. There's magic in this moment. I already downloaded the picture into SendOutCards. If you don't know how to download from Facebook, if you're on the Facebook website, you just right-click on it and save it to your photos on your computer. If you're on the app, you just click on it and it'll say save photo, and it throws them right into your camera roll. Pretty easy to do, and the impact you get on with these cards is amazing, especially the feedback you get back from them. So again, photo drop card, if you haven't done it, just has the camera here, which means I want to put a picture in it. This is Libby. She does a girls trip every year with this group, and they go to Myrtle Beach. So I want to put that on the front. And let me just move this, and then I'm just going to and I see, even a seasoned pro, I get it wrong sometimes, because I wanted to do a flat card and I was talking to you and I wasn't paying attention. So I'm going to type in here again. And I know some of you caught that before I did. Go down here, magic. We're going to customize. Going to do a flat card. Going to hit next. Camera again. This is just good practice for everybody here. Then I'm just going to hit the back, and I'm going to do background black. Click here. I'm going to pick my font. I like this rock salt. And then I'm going to change. And if you don't know, this little blank area that's white. So here, and I'm just going to put and if I could spell, sorry, the Zoom is in my way. It's gonna April 2020. I'm just gonna proceed to check out. And I love doing that. I probably do 4 to 5 Facebook photo cards a day. If you can't do that many, you're not looking hard enough, or you need to add some new friends. There's people posting pictures all day long with things they're celebrating, things their kids did, and they're happy about that. Vacation photos. I love when people post a lot of vacation photos and do a trifold, a 3-panel card, and I just fill it with pictures. And on the last flap, I'll do one with the square, and then underneath it, I'll just put where they went. And just like this, April, 2021, May of 2021, whatever month that was. So gonna hit recipients. We're gonna look for Libby. And then when I'm finished with that, I'm gonna walk through doing a group send, and this could be used, like I said, most of the cards that I sent in the beginning when I got involved with SendOutCards were group sends, and they were, I was a business person. I was doing mortgages. I need to create leads, create my business. So I was doing group sends, and I would include my past clients. I would include my sphere of influence, and I would also include my friends and family, because most times you have to tell them what you do for a living. So the group sends, what I like to do is, have fun with it. If you look any month, you can go to Google, and you could just put funny holidays. And I did it today for May. And May 13th is Frog Jumping Day. So I thought, this would be a pretty cool card. And when I did my group sends, it's the 80-20 rule, like anything else. 80% of the cards you send, if you're in business and you're sending it to your clients, are just to stay top of mind. You can do the 20% ask for business, but I can tell you in all honesty, when I did this for my business, when I did the ask, I would get very little. When I just did the stay top of mind every month with my clients, my friends and family, my sphere, I would get business every single time. Now, let me repeat that. When I asked for the business, I didn't get it. I didn't get anything. Now, I might have planted a seed that they think of me down the road, but I rarely got a call. Honestly, I never got a call when I did an ask card. When I did a card that was just to stay top of mind, a happy Groundhog Day, happy Mother's Day, happy 4th of July, happy Thanksgiving, I always got business.
Sean, I wanted to add into that. We've been saying in our trainings for years and years that there's a phrase that we came up with years ago that says appreciation wins over self-promotion every time.
I tried to prove that wrong, and
Yeah.
I could not.
Well, and there's a lot of people that do. There's a lot of people that come and say, yeah, that's a bunch of hogwash. You gotta be a salesman, salesperson. You gotta, market all the time. You gotta be going for the close all the time. But the reality, especially today, and I'm finding it more and more, that statement is more and more accurate as time goes on.
Absolutely.
Because we live in a digital world where there's so much digital activity that's coming across our screens, whether our phone or laptops or whatever. There's so much digital activity coming across from so many people all the time that this heartfelt sentiment, the heartfelt message, creating human connection with somebody is more prevalent today than it's ever been before. So it's so true what you're saying, and you don't have to ask. You just appreciate people, and they'll not. It's always good to let people know what you do,
right?
But and you're great at that. So, and that is one of the keys to really mastering relationship marketing, is what you just said, is doing that. And you mentioned, you do like 4 to 5 of these on average every single day.
But yeah, my routine when I get up, if I think of somebody, I send them a card. And so when I heard your story, I went to an event in Detroit. It was a Treat 'em Right, so way back in the day. And it ended with them showing a video of you telling us why send out cards, and you shared the story of your brother. And I heard that. I heard act on my promptings. But I picked and chose. When I first started, if I would think somebody and go, oh yeah, boom. And then you think somebody else like, well, I don't know, I haven't thought of them in a while. But I can tell you at some point, there's been a transition that there is I don't care who it is, how long ago I've seen them or haven't seen them, I'm sending them a card. And it could be as quick as, hey, I was thinking of you today. Hope all's well, let's catch up soon. Because however you want to call the prompting, whatever you want to call it, is your inner voice, but that comes from somewhere. And there is a reason that you're thinking of that person and you're getting that prompting. Now, it's your choice to act on it or not. But I can tell you, when you act on them, you'll get more, and you're making the world a better place. Bar none, nothing better than that. But there is a reason you're thinking of it, and I think it's our duty to act on those and send cards.
So another thing I was going to...
I saw a soapbox moment there.
No, that's good. In fact, I'm just going to have you talk about this, because a lot of people, when you start using this system consistently like you do, you come to find out that it's not only is it a great marketing tool, a great relationship building tool, great follow-up tool, it's a great personal development tool.
Absolutely.
It's actually a really good personal development tool that really helps bring positivity to your life. Why is that? Why? Because obviously you send 5 or 6 of these every single day. What does that do to your own inner prompting, your own inner voice, your own personal development?
So we've all, we all have a joke. If you're in a funk, send a card, send a card to somebody. It's hard not to put a smile on your face when you think of somebody and you're writing the things that you really should say to people. And I don't think, in today's world, it's easy to shoot a text or happy birthday Facebook thing, but to really, there's an art to someone getting a card, and there's that something about written word when they get it that makes their day. Now it's made me better, and I've said this. It's made me send out cards, thanks to you, has made me better. And one of the reasons it makes me slow down. So I can't. I got a little bit of intuition with me, and even before send out cards, you're going through your day and you think of somebody and go, "Well, that's weird. I haven't thought of them in a long time." And then a few days, maybe you see them or you hear about them or they call you, and you're like, "Wow, wait, strange." So I think it makes me slow down when I think of somebody. Wow, I haven't thought of them in a long time. Let me shoot a card. I wonder how they are doing. Let's get together. Let's reconnect. Let's just deepen those relationships that we know is the best thing to do. So yeah, it's really made me slow down, listen to my inner voice, um, and it's made me a better person. I think, and I'm having an impact on my little world. And if I can, here's what I'm telling people now. If you're doing it right, whether it's the prompting cards or through your business and you're sending cards, when this ends up in their mailbox, they're going to have a smile on their face before they even open it. If you sent multiple cards to people, it's just got that kind of impact on it that not many things do nowadays. Answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really good stuff. Now we came out with a few subscription programs for Send Out Cards to try to help people, you know, to help people to get into the habit of sending out these cards. And we have some subscriptions that are kind of unheard of. It's crazy. We have a $97 subscription where you can send as many of these cards as you want anywhere in the world, stamps included, every single month. When we came out with that program, people were like, whoa, like how in the world does that work? But we came out with that. We have another one, like a $37 one, gives you 30 a month, but the unlimited one is one we really push, the one I push. And I push that because of what it does for you, not because of what it does for the company. A $97 unlimited subscription where you can send as many of these as you want every day. It helps put you into the habit of what you do, Sean, that 5 to 6 cards a day. 5 to 6 cards a day, what takes you maybe 30 minutes?
Oh, if that. And I probably do 10 a day. 5 or 6 are just from Facebook.
Okay, so even 10 a day, which
Yeah,
most people probably won't do 10 a day.
You can
But
set aside 20 minutes and do 10 cards if you
so
really wanted to.
so imagine a 20 minutes a day, getting into the habit, 20 minutes a day to work on your personal development and your relationship marketing at the same time. 20 minutes a day. That just do this. How valuable that is. And that's why that subscription is so popular, because the value proposition is unheard of. And it's not, people think that the value is for 97, I can send as many cards as I want. Well, that is a value, but it's not the most important value. The most important value is for $97 a month, I can send multiple 5, 6 cards a day and get into the habit of sending positivity to the world and attracting positivity back to me. And it just puts you in a whole different success mindset and happiness mindset when you do it. It's invaluable. It's invaluable. You can't put a price tag on it.
Not at all. I really like our unlimited plus 100 for $147, because especially if it's a salesperson, business owner, because they get 100 cards to do 1 card to 100 people or 2 to 50, but it really gets in the habit of them staying in front of their clients. And I know they're going to get feedback from them, which then in turn, well, you want to take that up a level, then do more of the unlimited. So it's really that kind of that best of both worlds, where they get 100 and they can do their birthday cards or their anniversary cards or their just top of mind cards. And then that really gets them, when they start getting feedback, that really gets them thinking, yeah, I should do more of the individual ones. And we talk about, hey, you know, we got Mother's Day coming up, ask for pictures, or you have Father's Day coming up, ask for pictures, or, you know, look, you know, it's frog jumping day in the middle of the month. Send a card to your clients and don't make that about the business. So, and one suggestion is what for you, not you, Cody, but who's listening, and for you talking to businesses is don't mix the message. So what I mean by that is if you're sending a thank you card, it's just to say thank you. If you're sending a birthday card, it's just to say happy birthday. Do not mix message and say, hey, thanks for what you did for me or whatever. By the way, you know, a referral is a great testimonial, blah, blah. No, same with birthday cards. Do not mix messages. And I'll tell you, it goes much longer. And just like you said, people don't want to be sold nowadays, and they're sold, they're bombarded daily if they're on social media or on any website more than a minute. So the cards, you know, the unexpected cards, those are the ones that are going to open up the hearts of your clients, your friends, or your family more than anything else. So let me you mind if I just walk through kind of a group send if nobody's
I'm gonna go off screen again, and you can go back into some training. I'll come back.
All right, I'll do this, and then I've got some testimonial texts that I've gotten from people that are using SendOutCards and that have shared with what response they've gotten and anything else we want to talk about. So a group send. Now there are two ways you can do this. You can you can set up a business and you can schedule them once a month to do, if they're on the plus 100 or plus 250, 100 cards every month, 250 cards every month. You can set up campaigns. So that's pre-making the card, writing what you want to write, and scheduling it out for the year. Or you can spontaneously do, like I'm going to show you, where I'm going to make my own card for frog jumping day. And I'm just going to walk you through the steps. I'm not going to send it, but I'll walk you through the steps. So again, I went to Google image and typed in frog jumping. Now, a trick for Google, when you go to Google and you click images, there's tools you click on, and then to the left, it'll come up size of picture. And you want to pick large because you want the bigger photo. So when you condense it, it's not pixelated. So I'm going to throw this one on the front. I'm just going to move it a little bit. And then again, like I said, I used my group sends to my clients when I was doing mortgages to have fun, stay top of mind. You know, I wanted them to get in the habit of when they got my cards, they smiled before they opened the envelope. So if somebody said mortgage, they thought of my name. And that works for any industry. Don't get caught up on what an insurance agent should say to their clients versus a mortgage person versus a car salesman versus a business owner. The top of mind cards can just be generic. And this card that I'm going to create, you could send it to, I don't care what the profession is, you could send it and it's going to make an impact. So what I like to do, if you click on this little background over here and you click add image, and then I pick this one. I love the full span picture because I think it's really cool when somebody opens up a card and there's a full picture staring at them. So, and then you can write over it. So I'm going to do the same thing. Click my little cursor here. I'm going to go to rock salt again. And come down here. And again, this is white. So I'm going to click on that. And then last card, I typed in Libby because it was just going to her. You scroll down here, and now I'm going to click first name. Then I'm going to do comma. And we'll put May 13th is frog jump. And it'll just be a little cheeky. That's it. Back of my card is always, if I don't do anything, it's my family. What I try to coach my customers on, if it's for their business, I try to coach them on not doing their logo. I don't get an argument. If they want to put their logo on the back. But to me, that still feels a little salesy, even though that card has nothing to do with anything. Where if they put a picture of something that they like to do, more personal, and then underneath it, they could put their name, their business name, and phone number. Because you never know if someone likes the beach and they put a picture of them and their family on the beach, and that customer that gets that card likes the beach, there's just another level of building that relationship. So that's just my suggestion. What I try to get people to understand when I'm talking to them about what they should put on the back of their card. I'm gonna hit save and proceed to check out. Now again, I'm gonna do this to a group. So when you go to add recipients, you're gonna hit view group. And then I just come down here, and this is my current BNI referral masters. You can view the members, so you can look at, say, okay, I don't want to send it to this one, this one, this one, but I'm just going to click everybody. I'm going to hit done. And this card, if I hit ready to send, it's going to go out to over 100 people. They're all going to get the same card. It's all going to get personalized, and they're all going to smile when they get it. So that's what I try to coach and what I teach people on when they do the group sends, even for business. Let's have fun with it. Put your personality into it. The card itself, the front and the middle, should all be about the client or just a generic kind of card, and then the back can be yours. And again, make it a little more personalized for that.
So that right there is the reason why you like the upgraded subscription. Are you on which one are you on?
So the plus 100.
So the plus 100. Yeah. So what that does is it gives you 100 cards a month on top of your unlimited heartfelt cards, 100 cards a month that you could do in a group send like that. Yes. And so very valuable. I mean, it's just a very valuable subscription, because if you get in the habit of doing heartfelt cards on this side and then group sends, or even not only group sends, but you can actually do drip campaigns where you schedule cards out to go multiple times. If you do a combination of both of those, you really are mastering reaching out to others in a very unique way. Just a quote that I saw the other day that kind of ties with all this, and you were talking about it just before. People today feel marketed to instead of connected with.
Oh, I like that.
People today feel marketed to instead of connected with. So this whole thing that you're seeing Sean share today is how to get connected with. And that's really, really powerful stuff. I'm going to tune back out and let you keep going. So good stuff, Sean.
So what I wanted to do is just, I've got 3 texts just in the last couple weeks of people that I've shared SendOutCards with. They got started. I have one, I tell you what, I have Jamie. She's an attorney. She's in my BNI networking group. And, my routine is I want to walk you through sending a card. I'll show you the subscriptions. We'll talk on which best fits for them, and let's get you started. So Jamie's doing the card, and I'm not, she's doing it. We're doing it Zoom, and she's doing the card, and she hits send, and then, out it goes. Let me show you the subscriptions. Yeah, I'm going to start with the card today. Okay, fine. So I was in my back office, and I looked, and I don't see her name in my back office, but I see a business name, which isn't her law firm. And on the same day I showed her, and I think that was the only one I did that day. So I just sent her a text and said, hey, did you send a card with this name on it? And she said, yeah. And I'll tell you what, when somebody gets it, they get it. She goes, I sent a card to my husband, not from me, but from an art studio that they frequent in St. Pete, that the couple that they go in and they've been in there multiple times always act like they don't know who they are. So she sent a card from this couple to her husband just saying, oh my gosh, we really appreciate you guys coming in all the time, and thank you. And she goes, I just can't wait till he gets it. So I'm like, that is somebody that gets it right off the bat. When she does her very first card, she changed the return address and everything. on the app. So, but she sent me a text a few weeks ago, and she said, thanks for giving me a way to send my weirdness to the world. And it just shows me that she's putting her personality into these cards, and they've been successful already. I got a text just over the weekend. Matt's a financial planner. He's in Columbus, and he goes, I thought I would share this with you. I sent one of my best friends a birthday card. He's a big Star Wars fan. He has several character costumes, and he's part of a troupe that does charity events, goes to children's hospitals and stuff like that. But I did a sock to him with pictures of him in his stormtrooper suit and a Star Wars theme. This was the text I just got from him. And he said, and his friend says, Matt, I just got your Star Wars birthday card. It is the most special thing I have ever been given from anyone in a long time. Thank you for being you, my friend. And then Matt sent me back and just said, man, I really appreciate, because Matt was a hard sell. I mean, we showed him a few times, we talked through it, but he just said, thank you for showing me SendOutCards, allowing me to make my world a better place. And then this one for Brian. Brian runs, he lost a friend tragically, so he runs a nonprofit in his friend's name, and they do Thanksgiving meals once a year, and they do thousands in the Central Ohio area and are expanding. So when we switch, this is from a while ago, because I explained to him the unlimited plan, and he said, I will tell you that $98 is a big investment for me, but this is an amazing way for me to continue the relationship all the time. As many cards have I sent, this is a drop in the bucket. It really makes you think how much you would pay to stay connected or continue a relationship. Priceless. So those are the kind of responses that I'm getting when people are using it, really the right way, and getting their personality into them, staying connected, and sending cards to people they should, and it is making a big impact in each one of those worlds. So if I can leave you with, Mother's Day is this weekend. If you haven't sent your Mother's Day card to your mom, if you're lucky and she's still around, please do so. Don't get caught up on the date. I don't get caught up on the dates or when they arrive, even if they're late. It's the impact that they have when they get them. And people really, and this has really been drilled into me over the last year about that. I know some people get caught up like, oh, the birthday card's gonna be late, or the Mother's Day card's gonna be late. But I've sent prompting cards, and I've got responses 2-3 weeks later where, hey, I just checked your mail and I got your card. Wow, it made my day. And I can tell you, once you hit send, then you got to release. You just got to let go of when they're going to get that card, because when they get that card is when they need that card. Whether it's right on their birthday, if it's a birthday card, or a few days later, or it's just an unexpected card and they had a crappy day and they opened the mail that day and they got your card. So just release it. Don't worry about when they get it. And I know some of your eyes are twitching, but trust me on that one. So Mother's Day, this Sunday, stock Facebook. There's a lot of people going to be posting pictures with their mom. It's a great way to send. Like I said, I sent 75 cards last year on Mother's Day, and I didn't send quite as many on Father's Day, which I feel a little slighted about that. So let's pick up your game if you're posting pictures. And if you see a great picture and you don't have their address, it's a great time to message them and just say, hey, I saw a great picture I'd want to share with you. What's your address? And if you don't think, that's another thing. If you're struggling getting people's addresses, that's more about you than it is them, because that tells me that you have an issue with it. I get very little pushback on when I ask for a mailing address from someone, because I don't think it's a big deal. So Cody, that's really all I have. Anything else you want to discuss? Talk about?
Again,
Want me to share with?
appreciate you being on. I think you really, what I loved about how you did this is just showed the simplicity of using the service. A lot of times people get so caught up in all of the detail of all the myriad of different things that you can do and how you can do it, and get caught up in importing contacts and this and that and the other. And and what's interesting is at Greener Steel, we have another service called Stream Virtual Assistant, where you could actually hire a virtual assistant to help you with all of the all of that type of stuff, help you to get your contacts in your system, help you to set everything up, help you set up your campaigns, help, like you showed some things in there, like when you did a group, you went down and you noticed that you had like 10 or 12 groups of people in there. You probably got a lot more than that, but you picked one of them, which was your BNI chapter, I think, or one of your BNI
Yeah, my
groups.
BNI that I'm in now currently. I had one for everyone that I'd been in, but the one I'm currently in.
And so there's some setup to that, and you've spent a lot of time over the months and years setting up those groups as they go. And we can you can certainly learn how to do that, but check out the Stream Virtual Assistant services, because that's designed to help you set all that stuff up so that you can focus all your energies on sending the cards like you showed today. So I loved how you did that. You showed the heartfelt card, you showed a group send card, you showed how that process works. Again, you might want to look at a virtual assistant to help you with all the setup, or, there's trainings that we do to help you do the setup on your own. So great job. I mean, really, really, really good.
On that point, Cody, if you're an affiliate and if you've been with SendOutCards a long time, you've probably had some customers drop off, and a lot of times, especially if they're businesses, they've dropped off because they didn't have the time to do SendOutCards, or they didn't want their admin to do SendOutCards, which means you were training their admin on how to do SendOutCards. So I've gotten a lot of great response of going back and saying, hey, I know you love the service. I know you just didn't have the time. Let me tell you about another service we have now. So I brought people back on by just what you said, saying, hey, here's somebody that can do the cards for you. They'll mine your Facebook page and get addresses, get birth dates. And you don't have to train their admin. If there's something new, they already know about it. So it is a great way to tie them back in, because especially if I've heard a few times, man, I just love it. I just know I'm not using it what I should. Great. Let me share something else with you. So
it's really good. In closing, if you don't mind, I'd like to share something with you. We at Greener Still and SendOutCards are constantly working on ways that we can share our message with the world and help our affiliates to share our message with the world by coming out with, videos and different things, and sales presentations, if you will, and just different ways to share what we have. And so we're always playing around with ideas, we're writing copy, we're doing different things. One of the things that's really important in offering the Greener Still products, particularly SendOutCards, is to help people understand the pain of not using our service. And sometimes that's not easy to do. We focus on the positives of using our service, but it's not until you use the service consistently for a while that you finally understand what you were missing. So a lot of times it's important to help people understand what they're missing before they even sign up for it. So we're playing around with some different messaging. And I want to just close with this. And if you don't mind, you just mention in your comments, just mention in the comments a little bit, if you will, how you feel about this kind of messaging. We're trying to help the world see what it is they're missing if they don't use all of these services, not only SendOutCards, but all of the services in Greener Still. And this is just a thought. It's nothing, it's not final. It's just notes. These are just notes. And I just kind of want to share some of that with you in closing, and you can just put your comments about what we say there. So I just start out by saying, do you matter? Like Sean, do you matter? Do people you care about feel like they matter? Do those people feel like they matter to you? Are you at your best? Do others get your best from you? Do you follow your own voice? Or do people tell you what to think, how to act, and what to do? We believe you have an inner voice that will guide you to who you are and to how you can serve others. Do you believe that's possible? Your greatest contributions are made when you follow that voice. Do you find that could possibly be true? It tells you how to nourish your body and your mind. It prompts you to reach out to others in celebration, in gratitude, and in service. That voice will even guide you to create your own personal brand, the one you need to thrive in today's online social media world. People in today's world think it's all about how you look. What do you think? Do you think how you look is most important, or how you feel? Do you think how others see you is most important, or how you made them feel? The mission of Greener Still is to help people feel better, to feel more healthy, more positive, more caring, and more appreciated. So those are just some ideas and some thoughts that I think this really summarizes pretty much everything you shared with us today, because you really portrayed the importance of making people feel appreciated.
Absolutely.
And that's the key in today's day and world. And again, that first thought that I had, from my notes is people today feel marketed to instead of connected with. And we're all about helping you create connections with other human beings. And that's what it's all about. So anyway, appreciate you, Sean, appreciate all that you do, and appreciate everybody that tuned in. Make sure that you share this with people that might be interested in SendOutCards or interested in Greener Still in general. So without further ado, we'll send you off to send some cards. So appreciate y'all very much. Take care now.
Thank you, Cody.